Guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'm going to be telling you why Spider-Man 3 is actually the best Spider-Man film overall. So let's get into that right now. Alright now guys, so Spider-Man 3, you might be thinking, most people hate Spider-Man 3 for obviously no reason, because Spider-Man 3, in my opinion, is probably one of the most well-constructed films, right? It's up there with like Transformers 2 and Transformers Dark of the Moon, in my opinion. But, people tend to like the first and second Sam Raimi film. Personally, in my opinion, they just don't really have that strong of a villain. That is why I prefer Spider-Man 3 overall, because, you see, in Spider-Man 3, you have Sandman, and Sandman's a very dramatic villain. He's a very dark backstory, and it connects with, Uncle Ben's death, which I feel like they need to do it again, because honestly, they haven't done it enough on screen. Tom Holland, he needs to have that scene in order for that to, honestly, it could take the spot of Spider-Man 3, probably not, because, you see, the way they integrate Venom into the story, honestly, is just so seamless and so, it's not contrived in any way, shape, or form. It's just, Eddie Brock doesn't like Peter Parker, turns into Venom. It's like poetry, like the great George Lucas said. George Lucas obviously made the prequels, made Jar Jar Binks, so he's a very high intellectual. If you can make Jar Jar Binks, you can probably make any film great. So, it's back to Spider-Man 3. So, I think there's not really much I can say, but if I tell you why the other films aren't as good, maybe you'll actually open your third eye and realize. So, in Spider-Man 1, think about it. He's getting his powers, so it's really boring. Like, why would I want to see a superhero get his powers? Which is another reason, like, why in BVS, BVS is honestly, it's probably better than anything, Christopher Nolan did with the Dark Knight trilogy, because he was already Batman. We didn't have to wait for that. On top of that, the movies like Man of Steel, that was probably did the best type of, superhero, becoming a hero, in my opinion. Because, he's comes from, his dad tells him his whole life, don't save people, don't do this, why would you save people? And then, instead of saving people, he kills people. So that's just like, objectively, it's a good hero. It's a good hero, in my opinion. If you can, take yourself and listen to your dad to not save people and then end up killing people, and then when you kill the person who was killing other people, well, obviously you'd be sad, right? Because he kills General Zod, and him and General Zod were having so much fun killing people that then, he gets, his mind just explodes. He's like, oh no, I just killed the only other Kryptonian who could help me, killing all these other people like my father told me to kill people, right? But anyways, that's not Spider-Man 3. So Spider-Man 3, I haven't watched it in any recent times. Last time I watched it, I was probably like maybe 12 years old, but still, Spider-Man 3, from my memory, is up there. It's honestly almost as good as probably the Snyder Cut will be. It's almost up there. I'm being serious. The Snyder Cut, in my opinion, is almost there. If you watch my last video, the mullet, that's what would have pushed it to best film. This is still the best film, but that's what would have pushed it over. It's almost there. It's almost to the Snyder Cut level. It's probably on par with the original Justice League, in my opinion. But you see, like in Spider-Man 2, like, come on, Dr. Octopus is such a bad villain. Like, why would you want octopus arms when you were, like, making that tech? Like, just turn to Iron Man. Like, why would you, do all that extra stuff? And then on top of that, in the first film, like, dude, Green Goblin looks dumb. Like, he doesn't even look cool. Like, look at Venom. Venom looks sick. Venom looks cool. Sandman looks cool. Well, not that shirt, but Sandman is a very compelling villain. He literally is doing everything to save his daughter. Now, that might seem weird to you that I like that, because, that goes in stark contrast to Superman from Man of Steel, where he kills people. But, see, Superman kills people because his dad told him to kill people. So it's like, that yin-yang sort of thing. Sandman is doing, killing people for a good cause. Superman's doing it because he likes it. And then, you have Justice League, where, they don't kill people. They finally come together as heroes to defeat Steppenwolf, which, in my opinion, the CGI on Steppenwolf honestly rivals Thanos, because, see, Thanos, he looked a little fake, he kind of, the purple really wasn't doing it for me, but, the gray and extra silver and just more and more gray on Steppenwolf, personally, it just adds a whole extra layer of just authenticity. Think about it. In real life, there's no gray people. I mean, there's no purple people, but in real life, someone could be gray. You never know. But, anyways, so, I hope I somewhat persuaded you to realize that Spider-Man 3 from Sam Raimi is honestly pretty good. And honestly, now I think about it, Amazing Spider-Man 2 is actually up there too. It's almost there. Like in Spider-Man 3 with Tom Holland, I hope they somehow put, you know, more Spider-Man 2 characters. Like if they put Green Goblin from Spider-Man 2, Amazing Spider-Man 2, it'll definitely bump it up in my opinion. And if they can get like Venom from Spider-Man 3, that it will be the perfect film. It will honestly probably be equal with the Snyder Cut with mullet. So it'll probably be the best film of all time. You know, that is if they do it right. Because if they, you know, go around, you know, I heard that they're putting Dr. Octopus, like no one cares about Dr. Octopus from Spider-Man 2. Let's be real here. Okay, we care about what the fans care about. And what the fans care about is, you know, finally getting Amazing Spider-Man 2 Aunt May to meet, you know, Marissa Tomei Aunt May. Because, you know, we don't get enough Marissa Tomei Aunt May. It's kind of annoying because if they put Marissa Tomei Aunt May, think about it right here, Marissa Tomei Aunt May, more, well, then what do you need? What do you need? Because Marissa Tomei Aunt May is my favorite Aunt May, obviously, because she just you know puts a smile on my face anytime she's on the screen. But anyways, that's it for the video. Spider-Man 3 is a lot better than you thought it was. Man of Steel is still a great film. And Justice League, honestly, is, in my opinion, the best of all films.
Yeah. Sometimes, really wanna know what you're thinking, alright. Really wanna know what you're thinking on your mind.